There are many law firms and lawyers out there. So how do you know when you've given your case to the best firm that gives you the highest chance at a successful outcome? Well, to help answer that, back with us, Jack Gordon. Welcome back.
Natalie, always a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
So, having that conversation, where do you start?
I think any good consumer, when they're purchasing a product, or any good patient when they're seeking medical treatment, or anybody who requires legal services or the attentions of a lawyer, you have the opportunity to do research. And there are a number of different governing bodies. You're familiar with J.D. Powers. We see all the advertising for automobiles. We won the J.D. Power Award for customer satisfaction and the like. So there are a number of independent organizations from a legal perspective that rate lawyers for, decades and decades and decades. Martindale Hubbell is a legal publisher who has done some significant peer review, and they will rate you as CV, BV, AV, or AV preeminent, which I've been fortunate enough to obtain. There is board certification. Board certification is crucial. The Florida Bar determined more than 50 years ago that for consumers, they have to have a barometer, and they need to be provided with information as to who is more qualified and who is less qualified. And not unlike in medicine, you can be a cardiac doctor, you can be a cardiologist, but then there are also board certified cardiac surgeons. These are guys who have sat for additional examinations. These are guys who have otherwise garnered additional experience, and there are certain thresholds for qualification just to be eligible to take the exam for board certification. In the law, we have the same thing. So I'm board certified in both civil trial on a state and national level, as well as board certified in medical malpractice. So I've sat for additional exams, and again, I've passed the thresholds required to be eligible for consideration. I know that when I became nationally board certified as a trial lawyer, I had to have at least 50 cases that I had taken to verdict. And again, from a medical malpractice standpoint, then of course it's much more numbers, because at least 50 of the cases that you've tried have to have been medical malpractice cases. So that's something that I certainly encourage all consumers and all potential legal clients to investigate whether or not their lawyers are board certified. And there's some great organizations out there like Super Lawyers. Super Lawyers is an independent organization that essentially polls lawyers, colleagues, judges, reviews lawyers. And I've been fortunate enough to have been part of that list for well more than a decade. So inclusion is fun.